What's up everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to take care of something I should have taken care of a couple videos ago, and that is the rear parking brake shoes. But before we go ahead and jump into that, let's talk about some of the tools you're going to need to actually get this job done. First off, you're going to need a jack to lift your vehicle up, a set of jack stands, and you're going to need some of the proper tools or tools that come with the car to be able to get your tires off. So for my 03 Silverado, it is a breaker bar and a 22 millimeter, or we have a T-handle right here, or you have a tire iron, which most cars actually have. It looks something like this. You're gonna need yourself a 3/8 ratchet, a set of sockets, and something to be able to pry on the caliper to loosen up the brake pads to be able to get everything apart. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what's actually in the box. So in the box, we have the parking brake horseshoe. Now, not every single parking brake looks like this. Mine is different than what your car is going to look like. But if you have an 03 to 07 Silverado, these should work. And pretty much GM really hasn't gotten away from these styles in a while. Also in the box, you have the hold down clips and you have the hold down screws, and you got some information on how to adjust it, and you have diagrams on the back. So let's go ahead and get the wheels off. I already got the truck lifted, and I'll see you over there.
All them change face like a motorcon. Sticking alive is the mantra. Mess around, catch these hands on me. What you do makes the ball. How a mic strike like Michael Black Mamba. What do it for the lights? No, what do it dog? So I do the white, what do it for?
Alright everybody, so just like in all my other videos, when I'm lifting up the car, I like to have 3 sets of safety things. I like to have a set of jack stands, I like to keep the jack underneath the car, and I like to leave my tire underneath, just in case something fails. Now, you might do something different, but that's okay. So, what I'm going to do is bring you a little closer, and I'm going to show you the caliper. Unfortunately, right here, you have a clip. Now, you really can't get a screwdriver in here to pry it open. So, if you want to try a little bit to get that, and you're going to take it and not do that. So you want to give yourself a little bit of a movement. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your 18 millimeter socket, make sure it fits. You're going to take your 3/8, and what you're going to do is you're going to take your caliper bridge bolts off. You're not taking the whole caliper off, because this will make it easier to put it on. Now, if you have a little bit of a bigger breaker bar, you might be able to break these loose a little bit easier instead of what I just did and smack my hand. But again, whatever tools you have at hand will be fine. What you can do is go ahead and take your bridge bolts, put them on your leaf springs, that way you don't lose them. A little bit of movement there. Take your other one. What you're going to do is just you're going to set your caliper right up there on your leaf springs. And then what you do is you go ahead and you take your rotor off. Now, AutoZone has 2 different styles of these parking brake shoes. put a picture somewhere over here in the video. As you can see, one has no pad left and the other one brand new pad, and it literally just goes about 3/4 of the way around. The other thing that AutoZone says is that you need to take the shaft off, the drive shaft, or the differential shaft out to be able to get these off, which is not true, because what you can do is just kind of tap this down to be able to get the parking brake shoe off. And we're going to go ahead and take care of that, and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, with a little bit of persuasion and some more tools, I was able to get the parking brake shoe off. And there's one last thing I forgot to tell you. There is a 9mm head, or 9mm bolt to get this bracket off. And you can either have a nice shiny set of snap-on tools or a shallow 10mm 1/4 inch with a 9mm, or a 9mm wrench, which is nice. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna shove this back on here and get it all set up. Now the other thing too is, while you have everything in here, you might want to grease everything up. That way everything moves and you could adjust everything accordingly. But I think everything should work on here, hopefully. And we're gonna hope it works. Go ahead and try to get this bad boy back on. And it slides right over the hub assembly, or the whatever you want to call it. And then what you want to do is you just want to line these up with the pieces on the adjuster. Use a little bit of manpower or woman power, whoever is working on their car. Make sure that is on. I believe that's on. And then what you do is you can take your new hardware and make sure you put it on the right way. Screw that in. You take your 9mm. Yep, 9, not an 8. No. Sorry, it is an 8. My apologies, everybody. It's an 8mm, not a 9mm. Don't listen to me. Make sure that's in there. Make sure it's in there tight. Make sure it's centered and up. And that's it. That's all that goes along with making or replacing the parking brake shoes. It should come loose. Just kind of tap with the palm of your hand, or if you have a breaker bar, it makes it a little bit easier with leverage, but you also don't have all that much room in here. Keep trying to get this off. Problem with older cars is things are rusty. And not saying this isn't maintained, but the bolts don't really come out as good. What you do is take your bolts, you're going to put them on your leaf spring right here, that way you don't lose them. That's what we'll put right here. This should slide right off, and it fits ever so nicely right on your leaf spring. We're going to bring you around to the front again, and since these are brand new brakes, they slide right off. And as you can see, this is what the parking brake should look like. This is what parking brakes without any material on them look like. And this is what a brand new one looks like. We're going to go ahead and take the bracket off, which I have new ones right here. And you're going to go ahead and go to the bottom so you can see. Now this is a 8mm. Oh, this one is up top. The other side is on the bottom. My bad. Got it back up again so you can see. Now taking this off will help you just a tiny bit. Pull that piece off. I don't really have a pry bar, but I have random tools that can help. And then what I like to do is sketchy stuff. Let's try to get this off. Sorry, move you guys back a little bit so I don't hit you. And it's not the right way to do it, but AutoZone says you have to take the differential shaft out to be able to get these off. But as you saw, with a little bit of persuasion, I was able to get it off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put it back on, kind of like the same way we took it off, and it slides right on. Now the other side is upside down, so the adjustment mechanism right there, right there, is on the bottom on this side. On the other side it's on the top. Now I took care of the other side because that just made it easier. Go ahead. And get these set up. New piece, drop it a couple times. We're going to shove it up in there. Take your new 8mm screw, self-tapping screw, whatever you want to call it, and throw it on in there. Take your 8, you're going to tighten it down. Now, my truck is having a little bit of problem with the adjusters, so I'm gonna have to come back again and grease all those up and try to get them out. But I figured I'd just show you guys how to do the parking brakes on this truck. Again, this is an 03 Silverado. It should work for any of the GM that has this style setup. So this is called a drum and hat. You have the rotor, and then you have the drum where the parking brake sits. Go ahead and throw this on. Give it a nice little spin. Make sure everything is good and not grinding. So I take care of this and put this all back together. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you enjoy this video and you want to see more like it. If you want to share this with your friends, go ahead. That'd be awesome. And comment in the comment section below to interact with me. Also, if you want to get up-to-date notifications on when I make videos, go ahead, hit that bell icon somewhere so you guys will know when I make videos. Now, I make videos every Wednesday at 3:30, or I upload videos every Wednesday at 3:30. That is Eastern time, 3:30 p.m. So, if you guys want to see other videos, I might post a link to one of my other videos in this video as well. So we're gonna go ahead and put the tires on, and I'll see you all in the next video. Till next time, deuces.